Welcome to another edition of Boom and Bust. I'm your host, Tony Clement, here at the News Forum, where all voices matter. With a gross domestic product of $6.2 trillion, Japan is the world's third largest economy. In 2021, Canada's exports were $14.5 billion and imports were $15.5 billion. Here to discuss Canada-Japan ties is Tokuro Furuya. He is the Deputy Head of Mission for Japan in Canada and acts as the Minister in charge of Economic Affairs at the Embassy. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. So I would like you now to characterize the Canada-Japan diplomatic and trade relations.
Yes, Japan and Canada traditionally have a very good trade relations, but especially after the Russian aggression to Ukraine, the importance of the Canada as a reliable and stable supplier of energy, and especially the energy and food, is very important. So I think that now Japan and Canada's relations, including the economic relations, is growing, and we really appreciate this great trend.
So let's delve a little bit more into the goods and services that are traded. So you're saying that there has been a noticeable increase in food exports and energy exports from Canada to Japan?
Mm-hmm. Yes, but the important thing is, of course, the numbers, but at the same time, there is a strong demand from Japanese side to the Canada's the resource for energy and food. I'll give you one example, which is potash. Japan is importing around 60% of the potash from Canada. But the almost 30% of the potash was from Russia and Belarus, and we Japanese side is now asking the Canadian government, the Canadian producers, to increase the production of potash in order to let us buy your potash in Japan.
So you were reliant a little bit on Belarus and Russia, it sounds like, for potash, which is of course used for fertilizer. But you would like to obtain more potash from Canada, it sounds like.
Yeah. Yes, that's correct. That's correct. And actually, in June this year, the state minister for agriculture especially came to Ottawa to ask to have some meeting with the agriculture minister to ask that this issue of the increase of the production of the potash. So this is first time in Ottawa we accept after the pandemic the political leader to come to Ottawa. So I really appreciate it. And Canadian side is basically very positive on our request. So we are very happy. And I hope that these good relations, good trade relations, will increase further.
Yes. So if I can summarize, it sounds like this was very meaningful. That one of the first places a Japanese minister went post-COVID was to Canada to discuss agriculture and potash, as you mentioned, and that you think that that's going to be an area of increased supply from Canada. Is that right?
Yes, and of course this is only the one example, but also maybe everybody may know that LNG Canada, which is LNG project, the biggest $40 billion investment for Canada, is also the one big project in cooperation with the Japanese companies and other companies to provide some the facility to export LNG from British Columbia to Japan or other Asian countries. And that kind of energy cooperation also the very important.
Right, of course. So what's the status of that LNG project, sir?
Yes, this project is now going on, and we hope that maybe around in the middle of the 2020s, so maybe I guess 2024 or 2025, that the first shipments could come from Canada to Japan. Now this is one of the shortest way from Canada to Japan, by ships. So it can economize some of the days if the ships go from eastern part of the Canada through Panama Canal, and it takes a much longer time. So it is also the very the prospective the project, I guess.
Excellent. We're speaking to Tokuro Furuya. He is the Deputy Head of Mission at the Japanese Embassy in Canada, talking all things Canadian-Japanese trade and other relationships. We'll continue our discussion after the break. Please stay with us.